Hi, guys. Nice to see you again. This is Tracy, and I just wanted to say hi and tell you I missed you. And I will be uploading more things as they come, okay? So give me a chance. I'm still slow and still learning. But check it out. This is a little thing I'd like to present to you folks today. Before there was Hollywood, there was S&A Film Manufacturing Company. Basically, it was founded after the two founders, George Spohr and Gilbert Anderson. Let me plug them in the picture for you at the stage. Those are the guys who created the S&A Film Studios, basically named after the founders, S for Spohr and S for Anderson. Get it? S&A? Originally located at 501 Wells Street in Chicago, Illinois, but basically it moved from that original location to its grounded foundation at 1233 to 45 West Argyle. Let me show you that picture, folks. Okay, okay, let me get to that one so you can see what it looks like. It's such a cool place. Add to stage. Okay. As you'll notice that the original stage or the original SNA Studios, as you could see when they first opened, was on the left, and that is today's picture of it on the right, just so you know. And basically, they were a silent movie production house. Uh, First day of operation on August 10th of 1907. It's the only silent movie house still standing. In its time, it produced over 1,400 films until 1918 in Chicago, Illinois. Let me show you those pictures here. So let me take you to picture number 3. Do, 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 do. And those are the pictures from their films on the top and on the bottom. It's kind of neat. You could see how they were trying to really do everything. In fact, the top picture shows a little bit of production use, and I'll show you even more pictures here. So that's actually the production films and all that. Let me take you to this one here. These are the actual films of S&A, but I'll get back to that other picture very shortly. Okay, so they were a silent movie house, and yes, they had over 1,400 films in 1918, all created in Chicago. They had a lot of notable stars. Let me show you their pictures here. Okay, here they are. And the stars that they had were really cool. One was, as you could see, Gloria Swanson, and she was a very notable leading lady in many of their films. Another one was Francis X. Bushman. He's the one on the far right. And in the middle is another guy here, and his name as shown here. Um, Basically, his name was Wallace Berry. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read small text. Long story short, is they and with a lot of other people um, created the studios, and they also were the ones who started and many a film. There's so many of them I can't even name them to you. But getting back to one picture here, I'm going to bring up the founders again. And if you look on the right hand side, you'll notice that there's a man named Gilbert Anderson who is also an actor, including the founder. Long story short, is he was one of the first cowboy stars that there was ever. And his stage name for that was Bronco Billy. And he was played by Gilbert Anderson, again, one of the owners and founders of the studio. So let me show you everything here. Okay, so let me show you that other picture I had getting back to it. Let me bring this down here. Okay, let me show you this picture here. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to go back to this one here. see on the top, there's a bunch of people, they're doing production. And then, long story short, is down below, you could see like all these stars below. And long story short, is those people are the stock actors, and they had a lot of big name stars in that picture at that time. There's so many of them to tell you, I couldn't even tell you. So, getting back to that, um, they had a lot of notable stars, including one that was really, really big. And everybody knew of this man. Here, let me go over to this here. This one here was the most noticeable star that they ever had. Again, you'll see the owners, but in the middle, in other words, you see Spoor, and then you'll see Anderson. But in the middle is their biggest star. The biggest star was Charlie Chaplin, and he was obtained from the Mack Sennett Studios, Keystone Studios. He actually owned Mack Sennett actually owned Keystone Studios. Chaplin made a name for himself with 14 films with S&A, and and let me see what I wrote down. And put S&A on the map. Basically, that's what he did. He put S&A on the map. He was their biggest star. Interesting fact: the movie That Tramp was filmed by S&A Studios. So uh, S&A's logo was famous. It shows an Indian head. Um, Basically, was a still frame from one of Chaplin's movies. So, long story short, is I'll show you that in just a little bit. But it is pretty cool that it came from a Charlie Chaplin film. And it is kind of interesting how they acquired Chaplin from Mack Sennett. Um, Basically, SNA was awarded the Special Academy Awards for pioneering and let me see this one here, and contributions to film, film industry. Some of their films were A Christmas Carol, the James Boys of the Christmas Carol. Let me go back to that. Christmas Carol was filmed in 1908. The James Boys of Missouri was filmed in 1908. Their version of Sherlock Holmes was created in 1916, and The Tramp was filmed in 1915. Basically, in 1909, Gilbert Anderson uh, he continued to move SNA to the Colorado area. He thought that that was the best place for his production house, but actually he settled with moving to California. The reason for moving from Chicago, the reason for moving from Chicago was because of the inclement weather. And they did not like the weather there. They in Chicago, it could be really nice, and then it could go to really cold in one day. I've seen it go from 80 to about 40 in one day. So that's why they moved the studios to California, originally in San Francisco and San Rafael. And then they moved to Santa Barbara. And then once everything was done, they got settled even more. They moved the production company to Los Angeles, California, again due to the inclement weather in Chicago. In 1912, Anderson settled in Niles Canyon on February 16, 1916. The Niles Canyon production lot was closed by the 1930s, and the lot was torn down. So basically, in the 1930s, in 1933, SNA basically was folding up. Towards the end of towards the end of SNA, George Spoor continued to be in the film industry. Basically, continuing to let me see, with continuing to film 3D films in 1923, and the Bergen National Vision basically a 65 millimeter widescreen format. In 1930, he died. Gilbert Anderson also was in the film industry. He became an independent producer featuring and coordinating and sponsored Stan Laurel in a series of silent films. Anderson died in 1971 in LA. Through, let me check this other note out just so I know. Okay, today the SNA film slide, or basically the original SNA building in Chicago, is the home to the St. Augustine. What it currently is right now is their original studios became St. Augustine College, and it is in its main meeting hall has been issued or reissued and named for Charlie Chaplin. In 1996, the building was named as a historical landmark. So let me show you the landmark thing, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So let me show you that. And that's pretty much where it goes here. And I'm just going to keep it on that for a little bit. So basically, I moved through this rather quick, but I didn't, feel like I had to be on it forever. But I just wanted to say thank you if you like this. Please hit the like button and subscribe. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And again, as always, I appreciate all of you for watching this, and share it with your friends and all that such. And I'll be creating more content as the days go by. I have been so busy. But anyway, toodles. Have a great day. Bye.